Before we start the show, I just want to say, Yepa, dear gang, how are we feeling today? It's a marvelous day for doing anything. Just say Yepa, and here we go. Hello there. This is the first time I'm doing a podcast in my life in English, which is not my mother language. You can somehow you can sense that. Doesn't matter, we're gonna do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just the warm-up, as I say, so I can relax a bit. I can relax in this very weird situation. Okay, this is my studio. It's in the basement of a theater in the middle of nowhere. And by nowhere, I mean the country that I live in. And this doesn't mean I don't love my country. It doesn't. It's not famous in the world. Like, I don't know, Sweden perhaps? Yeah. Maybe. What's the most famous country in the world that is not US? Germany, I think so. Oh my God, God knows why. I don't know, man. Okay, it's very, very weird for me. This is pretty weird for me. And I think we will start in 5 minutes. This is just the warm-up so I can warm up myself. Warm up my muscles that are not used to speaking in English so I can articulate better in order for what I speak to be pleasant. What did I just said? Ugh. Thank you for sacrificing your ears and your time, most of all your time listening and watching this. This is my first podcast, and I hope it won't be the last, and that depends pretty much on me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yepa! What's up, gang? How you all doing? I hope everybody is fine. This is a complicated time we're living in, and I was counting before the start of this podcast of mine because it took me more than 1 year to convince myself and to get to the level of feeling comfortable of speaking in English, which is not my mother tongue. Speaking in English on a random subject, like ranting for an hour and not sounding like clickety click 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 click. I mean, I know I still sound like that, but I feel a tiny bit more comfortable than I felt before. So now this is also like a tongue twister practice for me, so I can improve and get even better at expressing my thoughts in English, because when I start speaking something that is not previously prepared, like a material or text in English, not translated and repeated several times, then it sounds ridiculous for me because my mind and my mouth are two separate entities and they don't cooperate well together. Not all the time. Sometimes the mind, which functions perfect with grammar and everything, has a certain demand. My mind is like Elon Musk, like wanting to go in the future and get us all there. We will invent Mars next Monday. Sorry, Elon, we are not able to do that, I'm afraid. I don't know why there is a German scientist working for Elon Musk, but I don't know. It just came to my mind. So my mind has desires and ideas and is insisting on getting them, expressing them, but my mouth is somewhere in the middle of the Balkan, and it doesn't function like that. That's it doesn't. Yeah. Now my mouth took over. You see, it goes. Why don't we sit and have a rakia for beginning, just to relax, so we can do the things better. This is how it's done in the Balkans. I'm from Macedonia, a country in the middle of nowhere in the Balkans. You probably, if you're somewhere in US, you didn't even heard about it. But anyway, if you're from Greece, I know definitely there will be comments right now, because we had some name dispute, like for 20 long years, a conflict about who should be called what. For instance, they didn't want us to call ourselves Macedonia. They still don't. Some of them don't, because they say that's part of their country, and we say it's part of our country, and whatever. And we had to change our name to North Macedonia to stop that issue and to start, developing good neighbor relationships with them, and hopefully to get in the European Union. That is our dream. Everybody's dream in this country. I had to look up to tell you this. Everybody's dream in this country is to be part of European Union, to feel civilized. I hope we make it. By God, I hope we make it. I mean, we didn't have to change our name. We sort of decided, or a person decided, that would be the way to get things done. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you where I'm from, the situation that I'm in, what's going on in my life, because you don't know me. If you're not from around, you've never heard of me. So anyway, my name is Kole. Actually, it's not, because my real name is Nikola Todoroski, but that's too many ratakatakataka. It's like rattlesnake for someone in Texas. Nikola Todoroski, say it a few times. It's not Rakatkarkoroski. Herikorokorokoroski. Yeah, Nikola Todoroski, but friends call me Kole, so yeah. You're all invited. Invited. Oh my God, what did I just say? You can all call me Kole. Kole. Friends call me Kole. So it's easier to remember. I'm an actor and a stand-up comedian from Ohrid, Macedonia. Ohrid is the name of my city, my beautiful city with a lake. Yeah. All right. And this is my podcast, which, as I told you, I was preparing to launch it on my international channel, because I have a YouTube channel like for 10 years, but it's in Macedonia's in Macedonian language, so you've probably never had a chance to check it out if you're not from the Balkans. If you are, maybe you've seen some of my stuff that I do. Mostly in Macedonian language. I also perform in English. I mean, I'm trying hard, but I hope things will get more interesting and better. So I decided to be brave and to try out this thing, to have a podcast on my own, which I still don't know how it will be called. I haven't chosen a name. Sorry for my grammar and English. I didn't say that in the beginning. Maybe there should be a disclaimer at the beginning. This guy has problem. His brain and his mouth don't go well together. So beware. Watch this with a parent or something. Yeah. Sometimes it's really hard, man, to express yourself, because I don't have some of the words don't have any personal meaning. Like if you get pissed off, and if you curse on your language, it gives you a certain emotional release. You can say, oh, what fuck, man. For instance, in Macedonia, if I say pičku mater čoveče, da ti jebam se ta pička majkina, look how emotional it gets, and you feel all of a sudden you feel excited, and when you said, oh, for fuck's sake, this is the closest that I can get to a certain emotional expression for a thing that I hate or that pisses me off. But still, it could never have the same effect. So I'm trying to make to find a personal meaning, for the words that I'm speaking, which is not easy. Have you ever tried speaking in other language for an hour on a random topic, and finding the pleasure and the excitement of the words, like in your own language? It's maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's possible. Otherwise, it would be a waste of fucking time. Nah, that felt good. Waste of fucking time. It was a nice closure of a thought. It would be a waste of fucking time. Like in the movies. Okay, I get you. Otherwise, it'll be a waste of fucking time. All right. Yeah. So I was really thinking about this, and I was willing to do it because I have a strong need and desire. I have a need and desire to perform internationally, because I want to share what I do with the rest of the world. But it's it's totally impossible in my language. So I had to develop myself in English so I can, which is nothing new, I know. There are plenty of comedians trying to do the same. But anyway, I wanted to record the process of doing that, and hopefully one day I will laugh about this first episode of my podcast that I still don't know how it's called. We're gonna decide that in this very first episode, and it will come spontaneously, and it will be a miracle. Like this lamp will go off and I will feel inside the spark of the name of this podcast, and it will be so great. And it will be such an amazing feeling, and I will announce it. That's, I hope, like, that's how it will happen, all of this. So, yeah. So it's very difficult to express yourself, as I said. Some of the jokes I've tried speaking in English, they're not the same. The rhythm is different and the thought is different. And again, when you're performing for a live audience, and your brain and mouth do not work together, yeah, it's a problem, but it will go away eventually. I hope so. So, yeah. So this is the first episode of this podcast, and it's the most honest episode because I still don't have developed persona, for a thing like this, because in your own culture, in your own language, you have a persona you have a template. Like, you immediately switch on the template for buying coffee, or when you wake up and you say, oh, good morning, someone's pissed off, totally like, I don't fucking want. They don't even speak. They don't even speak anything. They just say some kind of gibberish, like a drunken Russian, or I could say just like a Russian. I don't know. We have the feeling there is a mythology here in the Balkans that people from Russia drink so much and everybody is drunk at all time, all the time, which may be the truth. I don't know. I've never been to Russia. We know about Russia from American movies and from, of course, literature like Chekhov and Dostoevsky and Pushkin and others. Yeah. People don't drink that much in the books. In movies, yeah, they do. Anyway, so as I said, this is the most honest episode because I still don't have persona. I'm trying to, of course, my brain is trying to find something like that so I can hold on to it, and then it will be much easier. Like, if you have to be polite, like you work in some kind of store or something and you have to be polite, you have immediately a persona. Or it happens to me often, like I'm pissed off for a personal thing and someone calls. Like the other day, I had a an argument with my wife, and so it was a really tough situation, very emotional, like both of us being so pissed off. If you ever seen Balkan people being pissed off, we are yelling a lot. So we are yelling for no reason, man. We are yelling just to fill the blanks of silence. I think Balkan Yell will even get further than Voyager, this satellite that was sent into space, like, I don't know how many years ago. So we are yelling, the situation is very emotional, and all of a sudden a friend calls and I immediately switch, pop, like, hey, what's up, man? Like that's what's on my mind. Like, you're using a template immediately, like I have a template for being polite with a friend and whatever. So this is the most honest episode and the worst, I hope, because every next episode should be better. I'm gonna try to be better. I wanna try and succeed in life. I'm gonna be a star. Yeah. And for what I've noticed is that I still don't have an angle. I have a podcast in Macedonian, and it's very easy for me because I can rant about anything. I have experience. I had a lot of a decent amount of stage time, 10 years of professional experience as a stand-up comedian, and maybe 25 years at the theater, so I feel pretty comfortable speaking. But this is something different because I don't have an angle still. I'm searching for an angle from a point of view. Like when I hear an American stand-up comedian speaking about politics, whatever, you can speak about whatever the fuck you... yes, there was a spark of feeling there. Whatever the fuck you want, and the whole world is yours, because we all know who your president is. We all know what how a New York street looks like, how a New York bum, like homeless person looks like. We know everything because we watch American movies. We are aware, pretty much informed, and we've seen your culture. So, it's easier to talk about anything. Now, from my point of view, which I still don't know what is it, it's very difficult because you don't know shit about me. And fellows, stand-up comedians were convincing me that is pretty strong. And I feel like, yeah, it could be. It could be like Marvel or DC superhero that you don't know what his power is, but you know he's powerful. So, yeah. So I can tell you whatever I want, and it could be true because you almost know nothing about the country that I come from. So, but it's difficult, to find the angle. That's what I'm going to try to do in those episodes. So as I said, it will be the worst episode, but it will be the bravest. It will be the most honest episode in my life. Every next episode will be better, but it won't be that much honest. I don't know. What I know is that I'm enjoying in this moment, and that's what I like. Sometimes I feel like people around in my country and in the Balkans, I have a good amount of audience that follows me and knows what I do. And for when I address the world, like when I try to reach international audience, I feel like a small baby, like I was born now. And it's what? Who is this guy? So, but it's interesting to be in that position. It's interesting. Have you ever thought about that? Being reborn now, but having 37 years of life experience, knowing at least 2 languages? That would be amazing. Like, you're getting birth and you start cursing. Tu pičku materinu. What's going on here? I fucking hate this. What's going... You, doctor! You, look at me. Look at me. I've seen a bunch of those like you. Just imagine the doctor's getting crazy. What's going on here? Is this a prank or something? A hidden camera? Let me see inside. If there's something, I know what you're doing. This is some kind of prank, right? Because I'm going in pension next week, so you decided to make a practical joke, huh? Hey, what the fuck? But take your fucking hand out of my mother's forehead, saying. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Look at me. A little Balkan baby that speaks English and it's pissed off and drunk already. Like, that's how babies in the Balkans are born, man. They're born celebrating already. They're crying because the world is not perfect and they had to have few drinks before and celebrate, and the atmosphere is getting crazy, and they start crying for the world's problems or whatever. I don't know. Maybe not. That's just a thought. So that's how I feel about this thing. And I've noticed that when I have trouble expressing myself, it's easier if you sing, because when you sing, you can sing 2 or 3 words, and the words are getting more interesting, you know? Like, they get bigger meaning. Like, you can sing whatever you want, like whatever melody. Like, you can sing, "Oh, the sun," or something. "Ooh, the sun is shining." Look, now, if you say this in a sentence, everybody's going to feel very weird. The sun is shining. Yes, genius, we know, we've noticed that. We are on this planet and we are fighting a global warming issue. So we know that the sun is shining. And one day it won't be shining because of bastards like you. No, I meant the sun is shining. And if you sing it, it's a completely different thing. Like, if you say to a random crowd of people, just say, "The sun is shining," yeah, they will immediately think that you have a fucking solution for the problem. Either is it a special cream that won't let you burn out there in the sun, or you have a solution for the global warming problem, or whatever. I don't know. But when you sing it, it's so much easier. Like, everything has a different meaning. I mean, look at random pop. We can take a random pop song, you know, and just look at the words that are inside. I mean, every year the songs are getting dumber and dumber. Like, if you take a song from 60s, like a jazz song from 60s, there is a philosophy in the text. You can sing about the grass is being green, whatever. There is a philosophy. Take any random song, random pop song from the 2020, and you get, yeah, I gotcha, yeah. Maybe this song doesn't even exist yet, but it will be the next hit on YouTube. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I got you, woman. And just, you hear just noises, you know, and that's possible because the point of this is that is possible because anything you say normally is different than when you say it singing. Like, you could say, "The floor is moving." It's like a horror. It's like a horror story, you know? But if you sing it, if you say, "The floor is moving," ooh, oh, the floor is moving, let's move it with it, the floor is moving, yeah, the floor is moving, And we are moving with it. Ooh, yeah. Moving with it. We just made a pop hit. Moving with the floor. How intelligent is that? Let's move with the floor or with the flow, whatever. I don't know. So whenever my mind doesn't cooperate with my mouth, I will sing the line, so it's easier for me. So yeah, I mentioned the US president. I mean, it's so much easier for you when you say, like, I was reading the news on the internet this morning, and I saw Trump was dumped from, like, banished from, I'm trying to find more words so I can practice, from Twitter. Like, they banned him. Oh my God. From Twitter and from all the social networks, social medias. So he decided to create one of his own. The first filter would be a stupid haircut. Like, I don't want to make impression of him, but I'm not even trying so hard because it's stupid. And I feel that, I mean, all the comedians were speaking about that. All the comedians in the US, in the world, were speaking about him. And now all of a sudden they don't have a dummy to tease. It's really weird. On the other hand, you don't know shit about our presidents, do you? If you're not from this country, you don't know shit about our presidents. Like, the previous president we had, he wasn't speaking at all. Like, you had, in US, you had trouble with your president because he was saying nonsense. Like, yeah. Our president was not speaking at all. Even for, for formal interviews, announcements, whatever, addressing to the public, it was going like, so, Mr. President, what do you think about the situation with the Macedonia, with the name? Well, and that was really good strategy, because when you see him, you see just the body language, expression. You can watch it without even putting on the volume, and everyone can try to understand for their own what this Mr. President wants to say. So what do you think about the issue with the refugees passing this country from Greece and going north to the European Union? It's like a father that is too tired to explain to his children, and they tried million times. He said it million fucking times, the same thing, and they still don't get it. So he goes, he didn't say even I don't know anymore. No. Look how interesting is our president compared to your ex-US president, and you don't know anything about it. How is this possible? Yeah. Well, we haven't still decided the name of the podcast. I think now it's the time to do that. So the light didn't went off. Okay. We're still not ready. So I think it will be called Kole's podcast. Ja, Koles Podcast. Das ist mein Koles Podcast. And I can say it in Swedish also. It will be called the Fruklingkaglen Kolesböker. Or in Japanese, Fakatasa Kole-san. Huh? It's a wonderful name. It's short. It explains who am I, what did I do. It's Koles Podcast. Melega Koles Podcast. There we go, neighbors. Or in Bulgarian, Podcasta na Koleto. Or in Serbian, Ovo ti je, brate, Koletovi podcast. Subscribe. Or in what? I don't know. Arab. I don't know. Maybe not. Or in Indian. Yeah. Okay, so this was the first episode of Kole's podcast. As I said, this was the most honest episode there will ever be. The next one won't be so honest, but it will be better. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Share it, hopefully, with your friends. It means so much. And thank you for watching this. It was really releasing for me and for my soul. I was thinking of doing this for a year, even longer, and now we did it. 38 minutes. I did it. Yeah, I'm a survivor. Mom, I did it. I know my mom isn't watching this because she doesn't speak English at all and she doesn't watch YouTube clips. Anyway, thank you, Western world, for inventing internet, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this, and most of the world's countries would be living in darkness. Of course, internet can be used for negative things, but that's not the case here. Thank you. Subscribe and see you next time. I don't have anything smarter to say than ciao. See ya. Thanks for watching.